Peace, peace. Y'all know the m.reck room etiquette. Pound that like button. Man, it's a lot going on. Oh yeah, this is spooky hours. First and foremost, man, rest in peace. Hurricane G. Rest in peace. Tame One. Both from New Jersey. Wow. Rest in peace, Takeoff. In less than a week, 3 rappers has passed away. It's definitely spooky out here, man. Now I don't know how Hurricane G or Tame One passed away. I think it may have been, I don't know what was the cause. I don't know. They definitely wasn't like shot. Nothing like that. You know what I mean? So let's just say that. Let's just, as the details come out, I'll keep you updated. But I gotta definitely let the people know what's going on. Pound that like button. Hurricane G is known for the Tonight's the Night with Redman. Yo, Redman, get off that punk smoosh. Get on that rough tip. You know how we do. Mic check. I walking down the street with the black Tech 9 on the waistline, kicking the hype. Shh. She did the joints with Diddy. She got a whole album with my brother Thurston Howard III. Oh man, she got her own joints. Real dope, real dope. So rest in peace to Hurricane G. Tame One from the Artifacts. They both from Jersey. Oh man, I know that's it's heavy for hip hop right now. It's heavy for Jersey right now. Shouts to Redman, Eric Sherman. That was Eric Sherman, child's mother too. Hurricane G. They share a daughter. I think one of Eric Sherman's oldest daughters. So yeah. And then also, yeah, the joint We Run New York on Redman album. She's on that. Killing it on the verse, the hook. Yeah. And once again, rest in peace. Takeoff, Tame One. So on that note, y'all could call me up on the Hurricane G tip. I'ma put up some of the posts that people been talking about on Twitter and all that, all right? Peace. Peace. All right. Let me see. I got some voicemails too. Let me see what's going on. Pound that like button. Y'all know the m.reck room etiquette. Salute to the rec mob. Salute to SJ. Salute to there's a few people that dropped some super chats. Let me get them squared away. Salute to Leonard W. He said it's spooky. Definitely let me get my sound effects up. Hold on 1 second, y'all. It's definitely spooky on a lot of different notes. Salute to Scott on the $10 super chat. Salute to who else? V Trill on the $10 super chat. Salute to she dropped the super chat. Peach on the $20 super chat last week. So salute to everybody showing that love. Also hit up the Cash App, PayPal. I'm put that info at the bottom of the screen. You should see that coming across the screen. The number 310-598-2974. Let's get to it. We're gonna be talking about Hurricane G, Tame One, even Takeoff. There's a lot going on with that whole Takeoff situation, man. And man, it's a lot going on. All I'm gonna say is it's looking kind of spooky with that whole mob ties thing. That whole mob ties and Jay Prince Jr. is looking real spooky on that. You know? Dirty, yeah. It's real dirty out here. That was a dirty dice game. Shouts to Donell. That was a real dirty dice game, man. Takeoff, cool dude. Good vibes, great energy, incredible artist. Man, I can get deep into that, but I'm gonna get into the spooky hours because how it was Halloween, but I didn't go live because it was kind of weird. You know what I mean? I was testing out the energy. The energy was a little weird. So I said, you know what? Let me just go live this weekend, this Sunday. You know what I mean? That Monday was a little weird. You know what I mean? Um, what else? Yeah. Call me up 310-598-2974. I'm gonna bring up the Hurricane G tweets. I'm gonna bring up the Team One tweets. Let's do that. Let's go into that. Hold on. Let me go to Rod Digger IG. Peace. Hello? Peace. Hello?
Hello,
Yes, you live.
my name is Sharon Black.
Okay.
I live Brooklyn, West Stuyvesant.
Mm-hmm.
I was making the bed, and it was spooky. If the light was out, it was spooky. So I just rubbed my leg, and I was scared.
Mm.
So it was spooky. Then they came out the bed, out the ground, and someone behind me and touched my neck. I jumped up. I was screaming. So it was scary.
Mm. Wow. And
Yeah, cause
okay.
you, yeah, 'cause I thought it was my fiance,
Mm-hmm.
Chachelle, 'cause he passed away. 'Cause it's spooky in there in the room,
Mm-hmm.
and
Got you.
it's just yeah, it's just scary. That's why I jumped up,
Mm.
and it was scary. The last time of the third floor, it was the private the front then when for fire was it was moving, shaking, and it fell down. Then I would watch the TV. I cut the TV off, and somebody put the TV back on.
Oh
That's
wow.
scary.
Wow.
It's just scary. I was screaming. I was scary.
Mm.
I,
Wow.
yeah, that's why I call Speaker Hour and talk about it.
I appreciate you calling. Thank you.
I
All right. Take care now.
I
Peace. Yeah. Salute to her for having the courage to call, man. It's spooky out here. She said she was touched by some supernatural uh you know entity. Let's just say that. So that's definitely spooky. Shouts to Robert Finch on the super chat. Appreciate you, King. Salute to Scott on the super chat. Salute to V Trill on the super chat. Salute to everybody showing that love. Let's get to the spooky hours. Let's talk about Hurricane G, Tame One, and everybody else. Take off. Peace.
Peace. Hey, m.reck. This Ebony from Detroit.
Ebony from Detroit. What's happening with you, Eb?
Hey, what's up? What's up? So, I got a spooky story.
Okay, let's get to it,
And
Ed. Talk to me.
all right. So I'll never forget, this was like 2 summers ago when my nephew was living with me. It was me, my sisters, and my nephew. So I'm coming down the stairs in the basement and I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking to my nephew.
Mm.
But in the meantime, I'm seeing him basically like doubles of him sitting in front of the furnace in the chair. And I'm
Mm.
talking to him. I'm like, so what you about to do? He like, oh, I'm getting ready for a job interview. As I was walking down the stairs, it's like one part of him was getting ready for a job interview, and then the other part, he was just sitting in the chair brushing his hair. So I'm like, oh, well, good luck on your job interview. And when I completely made it down the stairs in the middle of the floor, I looked at him and, he's fully clothed playing the game. And he looked back at me. He like, what you talking about? I was like, you just told me you was getting ready for an interview. He was like, no, you tripping. So yeah, that spooked me out like a mug.
Mm. Yeah, that's spooky
That
as
was really
hell.
spooky.
Spooky!
Yes,
I
that was really
appreciate you
spooky.
calling, Ed. You got a gang of
All right.
spooky stories.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so you can call back later with another one if you got one.
Oh yeah. I got plenty.
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, let's
Oh
go.
yeah.
Let's go into another one. We got you on the line. We might as well.
All right.
Let's get it.
All right. So another one.
Okay.
One day I was at my mom's house and I was asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And like how you turn over. So what happened was I turned over and I was on the couch asleep and she was in the den and she was already asleep laying down. So next thing I know, in the room she was in, because all the lights was out, it was a big, looked like a throne, and it looked like it was a Buddha sitting on top of her with a pitchfork, and it was black and gold. And next thing I know, like the whole room that my mother was in, like I seen, like, I don't know if it was like bats or whatever, but it was like this energy. I saw this black energy come up on my mother, and it was just running all up on the floor. It was going all up and down the stairs. That's all it kept doing. And I'm like, what the heck? So I don't know what that was, but that was really spooky.
Wow. And how long ago was this?
This was about a year ago. This happened about a year ago.
Last year.
Yep, last year.
Wow. Wow. Have you been there since?
Yeah, I have. Yep.
Oh yeah. And
Yeah.
and what's the vibe?
The vibe, you know what? The vibe is still the same over there. Like the other day, me and my mom, we were just talking about that, and she told me the weirdest thing. She was like, I think it's the house. I'm like, what you mean? She was like, because ever since I moved in this house, it's always been some sort of paranormal activity.
Mm.
And I'm like, wow.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
Wow, that's spooky. I gotta hit you with the spooky. Ab, I appreciate you tapping in. Another good story. Thank you.
You're welcome. No problem.
All right, Ab. Peace.
All right. Salute.
Salute.
Peace.
Shouts to Ab. Ebony from Detroit. Always calling up with some good stories. Some good spooky stories. Let me see what the voicemail is about.
I am m.reck. This is Shim Largassian. I'm Kanye West. Yeah, man. I hope my phone sounds nice and crusty. I got a spooky story to tell you later on tonight about the antique farmhouse I live in up in Maine.
Oh man, Stepmommy is a movie, man. Stepmommy is a movie. Oh man, you gotta love spooky hours, man. Salute to SJ, I see you. Salute to Miss J, I see you. Wreck Mall, we in here. Salute to Scott, I see you. Tony, I see you. Salute to Miss J on the super chat, appreciate you. Salute to everybody. Salute to Chief Auto on the Cash App, appreciate you. Salute to Jewel, 512, I see you. Salute to Leon, Scott, Sticks and Stones. Jokes on you, my guy. I see you. Salute. Salute to Tyson. Our birthdays is coming up. Facts, King. Salute to Gina Rose. I see you. Let's get to it, y'all. Call me up 310-598-2974. Rest in peace, Hurricane G. Rest in peace, Tame One. Rest in peace, Takeoff. 3 rappers in less than a week has passed away. Wow. Hip hop is hurting right now. You know? Let me bring up some Hurricane G posts from Rod Digga. Y'all can call me up and let's have dialogue. Call me up with your spooky stories. And salute to Armand Davis. Cause we gonna being that they pass away, it's only right we give them the acknowledgement. You know what I mean? And everything else. So I'm about to share the screen with some posts from Rod Digga, because Rod Digga was close to both Tame One, Hurricane G. So I'm about to do that right now, y'all. All right. Bear with me while I share the screen. Shouts to Rod Digga. There we go. So this is Rod Digga IG page, and as you can see, she posted about Tame One. Hold on one second. Let me salute to Leon W again on the super chat. He said I didn't trust the Cash App. Salute. Appreciate you. All right. However you got to do it, my brother. Thank you. All right. So now let me get to Rod Digga posts. She put a post up about Tame One. I usually don't race to the internet to post news like this when I'm in the middle of feeling it. But we gonna give this Jersey legend his mother effing flowers. Hold your head. At L the Sensei, love, rest in peace, Tame One. Hashtag artifacts. Hashtag legends never die. Hashtag Brick City. Hashtag Jersey shit. Hashtag you had to be outside. So that was Rod Digga posting a post about Tame One. I don't know how he passed. So then that was 4 hours ago. So now this is about 2 hours ago. Rod Digga, she put a post up about Hurricane G passing away. I feel crazy posting back to back death like this. But Hurricane G is family as well as a legend. My good sis deserves her flowers. Rest easy, my G. R.I.P. Swing it over here on them big fat titties. Shouts to Hurricane G. Rest in peace. Shouts to Rod Diggers. Rest in peace, Tame One. Salute to the artifacts. And rest in peace, Takeoff, man. We hurting right now, hip hop, man. And we still on spooky hours, man. So call me up, man. If you want to speak on these legends, Tane One from the Artifacts, Hurricane G, Takeoff. If you got a spooky story, let's get it in, y'all. Shouts to Jewel 512 on the super chat. Appreciate you. Shouts to Honey Love. She said, rest in peace, Hurricane G. She was one of my favorites, female MCs from back in the days. Heartbroken. Dove. 100. Salute. All right, let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it. We had to pay our respects to those legends. Hurricane G, Tane One. Shouts to Takeoff. I covered the Takeoff pretty much all this week, but rest in peace to Takeoff. Tane One and Hurricane G is fresh. We talking like 4 hours and 2 hours ago. Matter of fact, Eric Sherman put a post up about Hurricane G. Also, we get to that as well, but we're gonna get to these calls too, because this is spooky hours. Let's get into it. The number is 310-598-2974. Call me up because the lines will get crazy. It will get crazy. So this is the time for y'all to call in now, because once it get crazy, there's nothing I could do. So if you got a spooky story you've been always wanting to tell, or you've been always wanting to call, this is the time. Or you want to call up about Hurricane G and your favorite songs from her, or Tane One Artifacts, call up. All right. Spooky hours. I'm making up for last week. We ran a marathon last week, 12 episodes straight. So, still got the TV show coming. Takeoff death was definitely kind of weird. It was real spooky. Takeoff's death. Man. It's so spooky that it's like, I want to see the full video. You know what I mean? We've been going off these videos that's like 10 seconds, 15 seconds, real blurry. I want to see that full crispy video. You know what I mean? So I can make my assessment of it. Right now, it's real spooky, nevertheless. I could go down that rabbit hole, but I might go down that rabbit hole a little later in the show. It's a lot going on with that whole Takeoff situation, man. Man. Yo, I'm gonna say this though. All right, Takeoff passed away on Halloween night. Right? About 2:30 a.m. And also, I'm gonna let y'all put the pieces together. Or whatever. I'm gonna just put the information out there. From what I understand, J. Prince Sr. birthday was on Halloween. Now, he wasn't there, allegedly, but Takeoff and Quavo came out there with J. Prince Jr. Mob ties. So it's a lot going on, man. It's when I tell you, it's a lot, man. And this is not. I'm not no detective, but at the same time, I don't want to see nobody get backdoored. And you know, with somebody like Takeoff, I never met Takeoff, but the energy that I saw through the videos and his pictures and all that, like he seemed like a real down to earth dude watching interviews and just even in that dice game, homie was in the cut just chilling, minding his business. He there with his uncle, Quavo, while he was playing dice. Man, shouts to Vegas Brown. Man. Oh yeah, Alpo got killed on Halloween last year. Facts. That's a fact. So Halloween is always spooky. You know what I mean? Hallows Eve is always spooky. Pound that like button. Y'all know the m.reck room etiquette. If you just now tapping in, we talking about Takeoff. We talking about Hurricane G passing away a few hours ago. We talking about Tame One passing away a little earlier. Or was it Saturday? I mean, I just know it was reported today. I don't know. You know what I mean? But I'm just paying my respects to all these legends and these artists that no longer here with us. You know, you got to appreciate people while they're here. And, you know, of course, the rappers, the celebrities, you know, that, you know, you may be fans of their music, but just people in general, you know? Just appreciate good people. Also, I know this is hard to swallow. You gotta appreciate the bad people too. Because the bad people make you appreciate the good people even more. How about that? And that's life. It's a duality. It's two sides to everything. There's always two sides to a coin. Heads, tails, good, bad, night, day, sun, rain. Understand what this life is about. Lightness, darkness, fire, water, hot, cold. Think about it. We can go on and on. Hard, soft, dry, wet. I can keep going. Life, death, facts, left, right, up, down. You know, I could keep going. Sad, happy. You know, and I want to say this though: appreciate the good people. Um, I want everybody to do this while you on this live. Send somebody that you love and appreciate a text and tell them that you love them and you appreciate them. Send them a text right now. Somebody that you know is always in your corner. Somebody that when you going through it and you know they always there without them without you even having to ask them. They're a good friend, good brother, sister. Send them a text, whether it's your mother, father, whoever. Send them a text right now because I know it's late. You don't have to call them. Send them a text. Just tell them you appreciate them and you love them. You know what I mean? You love them. Just do that for me. All right. So let's get the show on the road. Salute to the rec mob, man. I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. everybody that's in this room. We got almost 400 people in this room. Pound that like button. Y'all know the m.reck room etiquette, man. Let's get to it, man. You know, I don't want this to be a sad show, you know. So let's get into it, man. I really don't want this to be a sad show. But at the same time, we want to appreciate the legends and we want to appreciate the good people, you know. Love you too, Gina Rose. Man, I love the whole wreck mob, man. Good energy. Jokes on you, my guy. He says, love y'all, wreck mob. Much love. Jokes on you, my guy. Love is love, man. Tonya Washington, she said, love is love, always facts. Love. Jewel Scott, love you, bro. It's all love over here, man. It's all love. Let's get to it, y'all. Come on, let's. I need the people who never called, or I need the people who got great stories. Call me up. Let's go. What we doing here, man? You know, this show is for y'all. So I don't want to just be talking about, you know, the people that passed away. You know what I mean? But if not, I'm gonna have to get deep into it. You know, I'm gonna have to go through Hurricane G catalog and all that. You know, and then it's going to get real sad, man. You know, it's going to be great moments because she left us with some great music. Same thing with Tame One, but I'm seeing tears already in the chat room. Come on now, like, what we doing here, man? Y'all ain't got no spooky stories? Call me up 310-598-2974. You know who I haven't heard from that I'm gonna just check up on. I gotta call Peach and I gotta call Sandra. So let me do that. Let me start calling people like how I do. Let me check on Sandra. I think she sent a text. She might be asleep.
Hello.
Good.
Oh,
Sandra,
hi.
how you doing?
Yes,
Peace.
I'm okay. Peace and love to you. How are you?
Peace and love to you. I'm good. And yourself?
I'm doing good. I'm
That's
glad you called.
that's good. I'm glad that I was able to get through.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I haven't
I
heard
have
from
a
you.
story.
Oh, you got a story?
Uh,
Okay, let's get
yes,
to
I
it.
do.
Okay.
Now, on Halloween,
Mm.
at the school I teach. So the kids wanted me to tell them a spooky story, right, for Halloween. So I started telling them the story about when we were their age, when I was about 12 or 13, and we started playing with the Ouija board at school. And I told them that story.
Mm.
Those who know the story, I don't want to repeat the whole story, but people who listen, they remember the story about the Ouija board, right?
Listen, you know what?
What?
I say let's go into that story again. Why not?
Okay, let's go into it.
Let's do it.
Okay, so I'm sitting there and I have 20 students in front of me, and I decided to tell them this story.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was about 12 years old, a student brought a Ouija board to school. So we started playing with the Ouija board, right? We would ask it questions and it would start to move. Well, of course, it's four of us playing, so we all accused each other of making the Ouija board move.
Mm.
So that was that. So we went home. And about a few days later, my sisters and I, we started hearing this knocking in our room. And we couldn't figure out where it was coming from.
Mm.
So we accused each other, who stopped knocking? That's not me, blah, blah, blah. So we all got in the bed together and we said, okay, if it knocks this time, we're going to know it's not either one of us that's doing it. So we all sat in the bed together and we waited and the knocking came, right? Knock, 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 knock. And we like, what is this? So I decided to say, well, let's communicate. So I went and got a pencil and piece of paper and a notepad. I said, so whatever this is knocking, my mother had died when I was 3. So first thing we thought about is maybe that's our mother coming to communicate with us, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I get a pencil and paper and we say, once is for yes and twice is no. So we say, mother, is that you? It taps once. Oh, that's our mother, right? It got us now. So we said, okay, we can't communicate by knocking. So let us make up a system so where we know what we're talking about. So I told the knocker that 1 knock is for A, 2 knocks is for B, and we could spell out what the entity wanted to say to us. So we started asking questions. Hey, what color is something simple so we wouldn't have to have a whole lot of alphabets? Can you see the house shoes under the bed? Yes. Okay, what color are they? And it typed out B-L. Oh, blue? Yeah. Oh my goodness, this thing is communicating with us. So the story went on, it kept coming back. Then it decided, do you want to see me? We said, can we see you? And it knocked back, well, I'm not going to look like you think I'm going to look. Well, that scared us. So I'm like, no, well, we don't want to see it. Well, you can't see me. So I said, okay, we picked a date, 12. It was in the wintertime. I don't know. But anyway, after midnight, we looked in the hallway. We could see her, right? Well, when the time came, my sisters and I, we were too scared, right? I don't want to see it, right? But I decided to crack the bedroom door just to say, maybe I can look, right? So I opened the door, and just as I opened the bedroom door, I seen this white figure, like wearing a white gown, the typical ghostly thing. But I did see it, head body and went by and said, oh, I saw something. So now I'm really scared, right? Mother came to see us. I saw her, even though I just saw a figure that had on white. So we kept knocking. The next thing about it, we wanted to ask about some money. So we knocked and said, is there some money in there? And it's like, yeah, I know where some money at. So it told us to go downstairs and look under this cabinet, under the vestibule, and we would find some money. Well, I'm like, I don't know about that kind of money. That's in the house. I wanted to go dig some treasure or something. But my youngest sister, because it was 3 of us, she decided to go look. She comes back with the money. Right?
Wow.
And we like, oh my God, it was about maybe $40 or something like that. Because that was, that was a lot of money. And we was like, oh man, I don't know about this, but yeah, it did give us where some money at, right? We better not spend this money, right? So a few days went by, and my stepmother said, I'm missing some money. We was like, oh my goodness, right? Oh my goodness, this thing done don't get us in trouble. So my sister, I said, you better go tell her you found it on the floor. So my sister went, I found it the other day on the floor, and we gave it back to her. So we like, something funny about this. It's getting us in trouble. What kind of entity is this? But you're a kid and you continue to do the knocking and get some more conversation. So one night it said it could let us feel them. We can come here and you can feel me. And I was like, really? So we all laid in the bed, and this entity knocked, and we all laid there together, and we felt this. It seemed like it could have been a snake that crawled over us, and we looking at the bed. I mean, we couldn't move. I'm scared to death. We could not move, but we felt it.
Wow.
We felt it, and we saw it. We told our parents, my stepmother and my daddy, hey, come up. This is knocking. We communicating. I'll go to sleep. You're just dreaming. People don't believe children when they, say things that happen. But that happened.
Wow.
And so I was telling this story to the kids. And when I got to the part, guess what happened? The power in the school went out. The whole
that's
school,
spooky.
The whole school power went out. And the kids was like, Miss Cooper, you brought the ghost here.
Wow.
But
spooky.
Guess what? The kids who was there, they couldn't go on the trip because most of the kids went on the trip that day, but they were the bad kids, so they couldn't go. So I was telling them the ghost story. And when the lights went out, you should have seen their eyes. Their eyes got so big because he got so scared. I said, so you better be careful what you do. And it was pitch black in the school, so it was perfect timing.
Wow.
It was perfect time. So it's not really spooky, but it is.
It is spooky. It's definitely spooky. And the lights went off as you
The
told
lights
the story?
in the whole school went out. after I told the story, and the kids was like really like scared, like you brought that ghost to us, right?
How long did the lights go out for?
The kids had to get dismissed from school.
Oh, had to dismiss the whole school. Wow.
Yes, because the power went out, and it was just at the school.
Mm,
So the kids
that's
really
deep.
looked at me funny after that, but I was like, ooh,
That's
spooky.
how real a story is. Spooky.
Yes.
That's how spooky it was.
So that's my story.
I appreciate you, Sandra. Incredible story. And
Thank you.
you can always call me with your stories. If you got another one, you could tell another one because the people been asking about you.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, I got to finish telling you about what happened in that house.
Oh, let's
but
go.
I don't want to. But
go.
I got time.
Yeah, you got time. I mean, it's people that call, but they call when you call. See, that's now they gotta wait. Now they gotta wait. Nah,
Okay.
you got the floor. You got the floor now. You got the floor.
Okay. All right. So from this story, I end up moving next door to the house where the entity was. And the house that I moved into next door, because I met my husband and we moved next door. Actually, he was living next door and we ended up getting together. And so I just moved from my parents' house to his house next door. We got married. So this entity evidently followed me there.
Oh, wow.
Because things started to happen in that house that just couldn't be explained. Now, I told you the story about this dog that showed up at our backyard, big old German Shepherd dog, big dog,
Yep,
grown
I remember
dog.
that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but somehow my husband liked that dog. And so he wanted to keep that dog. And I was like, well, lock him in the basement or something, but what can you do when your husband, okay, you want the dog. But I was scared of the dog, right? So he went to work. I'm in the basement washing because the basement has different rooms in it. You can close the door to that side of the basement of the washroom. You know how some basements are.
Correct.
And I was in there washing. And when I came out of the washroom to go up the stairs out of the basement, the dog was at the top of the stairs. Now, the dog looked at me and I looked at the dog. Like, this is a big dog, and his eyes seemed like they was just red. The dog didn't say nothing. He just stood there looking at me. Well, I was scared to go up the steps to go around him because he's standing up there looking like a, I don't know, demon dog or something. So I went back in the room and closed the door. I was like, well, I'm just going to have to wait down here until my husband comes back from work. So he comes back from work and I can hear him. I call his name. Hey, I'm in the basement. Get the dog. So he comes down there. He said, what are you talking about? He opened the door. He said, what dog? I said, the dog at the top of the stairs. I thought you locked him in the room, right? He said, I did lock him in the room. I said, he's not in there. So he goes and opens the door. The dog is in there.
Wow.
I said, that dog was not in. The dog was at the top of the steps. That's why I'm in the basement because I was too scared to come up because he at the top. He got to go. So I told him, get this dog out of here. So he took the dog to the Humane Society because that wasn't going to happen to me again, that dog. So it was just really weird. That was weird because that really frightened me, right? It really did. So that's my story for that. Because if I go on, I'll be here a long time telling you other stories. But I'm going to call back and tell you, some more stories that happened in that house. But,
please
that
do.
house, a little girl did die in that house.
Oh,
I was living next door. I grew up. And she was sickly, she was, a little paralyzed or whatever. But she ended up dying there. So years later, I ended up moving in that house. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
But she was nice. I liked the little girl. She was cool. But I'm just saying, you mess with a Ouija board, something's going to follow you, and that might be the case. But I got some more stories.
Oh, yeah,
and
definitely.
I will be calling
back.
Call
back. Yeah, we're going to be live tonight. We live right now. All right. Thanks, Sandra.
All right.
Take care.
Okay. Thanks
All right.
for
You're
calling.
welcome. Not a problem.
Okay.
Peace.
All right. Good night.
Good night. Shouts to Sandra. We're going to just call her Granny. She the Spooky Hours Granny, a.k.a. Sandra. She got the incredible voice for storytelling, incredible storytelling skills. That's a gift. So, on that note, let me get to the callers. Deacon Weasel called up, and who else? Yeah. Let me call Deacon Weasel back.
Oh, m.reck is Big Deacon Weasel, brother.
What's
Yes,
happening,
sir.
Deacon Weasel? Talk to me, man.
Oh, brother, I had to cancel the trick-or-treat down at the church. Brother, yeah, oh, yes, sir. We had to shut it down early, brother. Oh, man, but the old deacon had to bring Auntie Bessie with him. I had the gun. That's the old, with all the stuff going on. Yes, sir, m.reck. I had to have Auntie Bessie with me under the suit today with all this shucking and jiving and going on. God dang it. Yes, sir. Oh, I got to. And also, I did try to call you Halloween, brother. I just, I know you've been busy, brother, and I appreciate the work.
Oh, yeah,
but
no
brother,
doubt.
Yes, sir. I got to get in my spooky story about these celebrities, about these Negro celebrities
man,
that we got today.
There's a lot going on, man. You seen what they did to my brother Takeoff, man? Damn.
Oh, brother. Yes, sir. Brother, old Deacon been a little down about the way us black males getting, because so many folks want to ignore it. And I think after that happened, all of us should have had a conversation at the table locally. And to all the ones that's listening, don't wait on nobody. Jesus ain't coming to fix it. Barack Obama, all these lies, you got to fix it. Right now, we all should be sitting down talking to our children. Too many of us black folks, we wait on everybody to come and fix our community. That's why I get on the church members, m.reck, every Sunday. I get there late, be the last one to get there and the first to leave. But I tell them all the time, ain't nobody, yes, sir, brother, I got to, and I did a big and small. I think I stole $2 at the tip. I mean, at the pass around at the plate. But God, he know it. It's an inflation out here, God dang it. It's tough, I tell you, m.reck, yes. But everybody, y'all, please, y'all get on your county commissioners. Get with all your local leaders. Get on your black pastors. We pay them our tax money. Don't you let them get this free little change while we around here ugly suffering. Black folks are in the worst conditions I ever seen, brother m.reck, and I'm tired of us being like this. We got to get it together, y'all. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. You got to put a line in the sand. We all got children, and if nobody want to do nothing for their children, that right there alone should make all of us want to get it together. It's sad that we can stand up for everything, but what we look at in the mirror every single day, boy, we scared of that reflection. And in the words of our brother Tupac, it's our own kind doing all the killing here. So we need to tighten up, y'all. And speaking on that too, that's why I want to get on my spooky story with these old ugly celebrities. Oh, LeBron James, you had to go. Oh, it's time to get it. Oh, Deacon Weasel finna go on and get it. Right? You ready for it, brother?
Let's get it, good brother.
Yes, sir. Oh, man. Oh, spooky. But I got to get on these ugly celebrities. LeBron James, you and that hairline. Oh, your hairline spooky. Oh, yes, sir. You let that team come and beat y'all or tell y'all ass up. And then you tried to use our brother Kyrie Irving to try to go on and throw all the bad luck on him, LeBron James. But boy, your hairline spooky. The way your basketball team played today is spooky. Shannon Sharp, that ugly Wesley Snipes suit and that big jaw you got is spooky. Oh, Shannon Sharp, you talk like my uncle that live over here in Rope on you. You got that old country. Yes, I know you like the white girls. I do too a little bit, but you know the Deacon. But brother, I had to throw that in there. But Shannon Sharp did the type that like white but still eat soul food. And it's sad, Shannon, you made me lose all my hope. All you celebrities. And then Shaq, let's ease on to you, Shaq. Shaq, you cried. I thought you rap with Notorious Big. Oh, we thought you was one of us. But boy, you showed your true colors with your lightweight talking self. You know, Shaq, and it's sad they had you bed check. They broke you. They bed bucked you, brother.
Damn.
Oh, they bed bucked you. Yes, and then let's ease on over to Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley, your breath look like it stank. You look like you got moaning breath at 8 o'clock at night, Charles. See, it's time for Big Deacon Weasel. M.reck, I hope I don't get you in trouble with these nuns that's fighting for black people, celebrities. Because, brother, look at your old Deacon Weasel. I used to want to be famous, but, brother, I just going to get the money and lay in the back. Because, man, look at you. I'm scared of this here. Oh, we got these ugly celebrities. They won't stand up for a doggone thing. But, boy, let Dwayne Wade, his son, come on out with her altar top on. Oh, LeBron James, you would have had the flags down. Oh, y'all would have raised the power fist in the air. Oh, y'all would have shut the NBA down if Dwayne Wade's son came up with his T-backs on. But let a black heterosexual man that's they done nothing but shed some off the Amazon. And you Negroes, boy, y'all bed bucket and y'all doing all kind of stuff. So again, folks, it's time for us. Let's see where the line in the sand at. Let's say it again. M.reck, where that line in the sand at. Because it's going to show you where you stand at. Because we got children, and it's time for us to dispatch. We got to get away from all this stuff that's not for us. And again, bump you Nike, anything that's not for our people. Adidas, Nike, and brother Kanye, I'm crazy like you, the big deacon, and I love you, Kanye. M.reck love you. We love all our brothers, but we ain't got the bag like that, so they don't really listen to us. And us as folks locally, we could change. Go to your city hall meetings. Change who you listening to on the YouTube. If they ain't trying to teach you to be better, let's get out of tearing each other down. It's too many black men and women. We get our asses on here all day and tell all the secrets, we tear each other down. But it's time out for that because we all together. We got to. Or if we don't, in the words of our brother Takeoff, one of the coolest brothers I ever met, the big deacon met him. We're going to be up out of here. We're going to be out of here. And again, y'all, it's Big Deacon Weasel coming from Manatee County, Florida. And M.reck, I love you, brother. And I'm going to leave
love
with
you too,
old
man. Appreciate you.
Yes, and M.reck, let me pray this. Let old Deacon just finish out. Dear God, I that you watch over New York. God, pray for everybody, God, God, we'll look down today, God, because we don't like to see our good people getting beat up. God, the black man getting beat up all across this world. I heard a young black boy say, who we got to protect us. And it hurt old Deacon Weasel feelings because he ain't lying. God, we need to stop talking bad about each other. We need to eat better food. Leave that checker alone. God, if it's a person right now ain't boo-booing too much, let them get all that poison out them because you can't think straight. It's wartime right now, and the world is at its end. So with that being said, it's Big Deacon Weasel, 941-249-7532. If y'all need to book me for your abortion, your funeral, or anything, Deacon coming. If you put that chain in that shop. And with that being said, M.reck, I love you. And let's get spooky.
Love is love, my brother. Love is love. Deacon Weasel, man. Always a pleasure, man. Appreciate you, good brother.
Hey, yes, sir, my brother. Hit me up, brother. We're going to be all right.
Yeah, we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right, my brother. Salute.
Yes, salute.
Shouts to Deacon Weasel, man. Always entertaining. And he dropped some jewels, some wisdom. Man, that's definitely that was definitely needed for right now. There's a lot going on. Shouts to Kyrie Irving holding the line. No. I mean, it's a lot going on, man. It's a lot. It's a lot. Let's get to it, y'all. Oh, Wednesday call. Let me see.
Hello.
Wednesday.
Hey, m.reck, how are you?
I'm good. And yourself? How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing good.
Okay.
As say, magnificent.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was watching the show, and man, I'm just man. I don't know what to say. All this death,
Oh
all this
man.
hip hop, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
You crying and crying again, and it's just so much. Because I caught your message from Raw Digga. I love me some Raw Digga. You know, my first album
Yes.
was Harriet Tubman.
Oh
Yeah,
yes. Yes.
yeah, I love me some Raw. Oh my God.
Yes. Shouts to Rod Digger. Yes.
I caught your show. Who you had? You were with what's that dude selling that book? Deal?
Oh, Gene Dill?
Yeah, he was cooking and you were eating the food.
Oh yeah. That was I did the cook show. Yeah, that was the first cooking show he did. I did that with him. That was 2019, I believe.
Was that 2019? Because somebody had it
Yeah.
on their show. I heard
Yeah.
m.reck. I said m.reck, and I was
Yeah.
paying attention. And you were eating, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Damn, dude, cooking! Look at that food! That looks like a woman cooking." You know. Like I said, well, I guess it tastes good. His mac and
Yeah.
cheese and
Yeah,
cabbage.
Gene can cook. Shouts to Gene Dill. That's my brother.
Shout out to you, Bill. And I want to also tell you, man, m.reck, you all over. I had to use the transportation service to leave dialysis last week when you did that marathon, right? Marathon. I got in the car. I heard your voice. I was paying attention, and I was like, "Hey, is that m.reck? You listen to m.reck?" I said, "I love m.reck."
Oh
And I said,
wow.
"Yeah, this is a marathon." Oh my God! I said, "Yeah, that's my boy right there. That's my boy." I said, "You listen to Clear too?" She goes, "Oh yeah," and he got another show. And I was like, "Yeah, yeah."
Wow.
I was like, "Man, m.reck everywhere."
So that was a cab driver you was talking to or something like that?
Transportation service.
Transportation service. Wow. So salute to
Yeah.
that person that you were speaking to at the transportation
I
service
can't think
locked
of her
in.
name, but she's gonna call. She's gonna call
Wow.
you. That's the
Wow.
story.
Salute to her. I
Yeah, I
appreciate
got.
that. I appreciate
I
that.
was listening to you about talking about the takeout.
Yeah, Takeoff from the Migos. Rest in
I'm sorry,
peace.
Takeoff. Yeah.
Yeah, rest in peace to Takeoff.
You know, I caught a YouTube and can I say the name?
No, go ahead.
Or well, the dude's name is Trap House Kitchen,
Okay.
but he grabbed a video by Whack 100 and DJ. I can't think of his name, but he really solved the case. You
Yeah,
know, you
DJ
got the
Academics from what I
yeah,
understand.
okay.
Yeah.
And you know, they had another lady who was there, and she was telling her story and everything, and she's real close with the Prince family. And she said that if you look at the video, and Quavo is arguing with Jay Prince Jr. when he says, "I gotta go, I hurt somebody."
Yeah.
He's walking away.
I heard
That's
that
who he was
too.
talking. Yeah, and he kind of shrugged him off, and he's walking away, and then and it looks like Takeoff is leaving too, right? And then there's a guy with a yellow hoodie on. And he comes up, walks behind him, and that's the one who shot him in the back of the head.
Yep, that's what they're
And then
saying. Yep.
that's what they're saying. And do you know, they found him dead.
That's
His
what
name
they
was called
saying
Little
too.
Tim.
Yeah, that's what they saying.
Yeah.
The dude that shot Takeoff, well, killed
That gold
Takeoff.
hoodie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they found him dead.
Right.
I think 3 days later, 4 days later.
And it just happened to be when Prince Senior made that comment. He ain't. Nobody can.
You can't hide around us. Can't hide. Can't be around us on the side of us. Something like that to that effect. And then the next thing you know, I think a day or two later, he was dead.
Found. Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, what's going on with Houston? Because don't forget, Duke the Jeweler was in Houston too, gambling.
Yep.
With who?
He was out there gambling, I think, with Jay Prince and the Mob Ties guys. And then they try to put it on Boosie. They try to put same way they try to put it on Migo security. Like when Takeoff got shot, the first narratives that was out there, he got shot by his own security or something like that.
And the witness said that Quavo fainted.
Yeah. Yep. He fainted. Yeah, that's his nephew.
When it happened.
That's his nephew.
That's his nephew. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's family for real.
Yeah.
Man, this is ugly out here.
Yeah, it's real ugly. Yeah, there's a lot
It's
going on in Houston. It's a real dark cloud in Houston.
Real dark. And then, everybody was talking about all the hip hop artists. They call Amigos pop artists. The media was calling them pop artists. And then another little boy they just found, what's his name? Not little boy, Aaron Carter.
Mm-hmm.
In that tub.
Yeah, he died yesterday. He died, I think, a few days before they reported it. But yesterday they reported it about, I think, 4 p.m. in the afternoon. They reported it, TMZ, but I think he died a few days before. They just yeah.
They found him in a tub. I said, "What's with all these celebrity tub deaths? This is rituals, man."
Yeah.
It's getting spooky out here. It's
real
getting real spooky.
It's getting real spooky.
Real spooky.
But I appreciate you calling
scary.
Wednesday. Appreciate
thank
that.
You, m.reck.
Not a
problem.
problem.
I just want to give you props. You're doing a good job, man. I'm hearing your voice everywhere.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you calling.
And love you, Red Crew.
I love you too. All right? Take care
all
now.
Right, baby.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Shouts to Wednesday. Man. Let's get to these callers. Call me up, 310-598-2974. If I miss your call, hold on. I think this caller called me up earlier. Let me see. Rest in peace once again, Hurricane G. Rest in peace, Team One of the Artifacts. Jersey and hip hop. Rest in peace, Takeoff. Jersey's going through it right now. That's back to back for Jersey. Hold your head, Redman. Redman is close to Hurricane G and Team One. My condolences to Redman, Eric Sherman, and Hurricane G family, Team One family. My condolences, Takeoff family. It's crazy. Peace. 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 People keep calling, not saying nothing. I don't know if they scared or what. But call me up, 310-598-2974. It's all love. Exactly. Love is love. Love is the answer. So when you call, it's love. Trust me. Now, if you got a nasty phone, it's still love. It's just you're just gonna get maybe roasted a little bit. Nah, I'm just joking. Even if you got a nasty Fisher Price, you can call up tonight, and I'm gonna let you slide. So if you got a nasty Fisher Price, you ain't got to worry about it. Just call up. It's all up. You got a Metro PCS or you got a Cricket. Just call up, man. It's all love tonight. I'm showing love tonight. I'm not even gonna roast your phone. Hold on, let me call some more people. You know what? You know who always got a story? Matter of fact, what's my guy DJ? He might be up. Let's see what's up with DJ. Might be up.
Please leave your message for 321.
My man DJ probably Tatum call. Let's see what Tatum talking about.
Hey, m.reck.
Tatum, what's happening with you?
Hey, I just wanted to call and say, I'm from Houston. I'm in Houston. One.
What's going on in Houston?
No one in Houston is fully what happened to Takeoff.
You said no.
And no,
Hold on. Say that again.
we not feeling what happened to Takeoff is right, and we not backing no princes at all. None of them.
So talk to me.
The whole city is really mad at them niggas
Oh
because we
man.
know them niggas. So nobody in Houston like and let's clarify something. It's Senior J Prince and it's Junior J Prince.
Correct.
Senior was not there. It was Junior bitch ass that was there. And he wasn't arguing with he was actually arguing with Mike Prince, the brother, the uncle. Yeah. Everybody here don't I ain't gonna ninjas here. We don't feel Junior because he's a real a-hole. And we all looking at him sideways. Wow. All this chicken in shit going on, and you mean to tell me he come up did like that on y'all watch at your birthday party? Oh, and they keep saying this is another thing. Now, one thing I do not like people saying is that it was in the hood. It was not in the hood. It was downtown at a very nice spot. But people don't F with Junior and them like that because they little bitches.
Damn.
They want to act like they hard. They not. They daddy is hard. They daddy have the rep. Not them. You wore penny loafers and vests. You went to private school. And, you know, and people know these children's reputation. And I will say this, and not just for Takeoff. This goes for anybody. If you out in these streets or whatever, you don't even have to be in the street, even with people that you know. If you know they some suckers and some suck-ass ninjas, stay away from them. Because this is the end result, what happens with hanging around suckers and lapdogs that can't think for themselves. I'm not blaming it on Quavo. That none of them. That should have never happened. But that's why these young people got to learn from older people. And like old people taught us, you don't hang around people that you know are trouble.
Correct.
Because this kind of stuff always happens. Always happen. Them boys, they suckers. They suckers. They little bitches. And word on the street is that little girl that called in and she was talking. First of all, if you so scared of Jay Prince and them and they know you, you would have been on public media forum talking in your voice, your natural voice. Now, I don't know how true this is, but I just recently heard that it was a girl that really got injured, shot. And this girl here that got shot, her people was the wrong people from the north side. So this girl don't pull in. These ninjas are really in some trouble.
Damn.
Yeah, ain't nobody's feeling what them suckers did. Because anybody, if you got m.reck, come on now, I know you got sense. That whole shit didn't even sound right.
Nah, it didn't sound right from the gate. They
go to they come down here to go to your party. They end up getting shot. You walk up behind somebody and you shoot somebody in the back of the head, and then you turn around and use their body as a shield, and then Jay Junior gonna step over the body like it wasn't. It looked like he almost kicked it. That was the only part I could stand because I don't want that in my memory. How that look? That be that same sucker shit that nigga do in the clubs around here. That's why nobody F with him.
Wow.
And then the jeweler guy just got kicked. Come on. Everybody, you got your day. It ain't nothing, you can't hide from this. And Senior, he is a real gangster. So any real niggas, they already know. They coming for your sons. He already know that. And just like any parent, no matter what your kids do, you ain't gonna just throw them out to the wolves.
Correct.
So I don't know how this gonna play out, but I'm
the
sure
streets want a body though.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. He already know how this go.
Mm-hmm.
He already know how this go.
You know Atlanta is hurting right now. Takeoff family and his peoples. Yeah. You know, I'ma just say it. Them boys got backdoored. You know, Quavo and Takeoff, they got backdoored.
Yeah.
It ain't hard to tell.
Basically. Yeah, it's not. And like I said, everybody know them boys' reputation around here. They suckers. That's the bullshit they do. But you done did it the wrong. Nobody here, not any real men around here, they don't like them, and that's the very reason why. And it's a real bad look on Houston. For a long time, people didn't come to Houston because of bullshit like this. Now that people done started coming, you done did some shit like this, and I don't care if you didn't pull the trigger. You might as well, because you the reason. You the reason.
I hear that. Tatum, I appreciate you calling. You know, I'm going to get to all the other callers. They calling up, but I appreciate you being my eyes and ears in Houston. All right?
Oh, yeah, it's one girl that's really hurt, and her people are some real powerful people walking around here, and they upset. So they got trouble here in Houston.
Wow. I appreciate you tapping in, Tatum.
All right.
Peace.
All right.
Shouts to Tatum. 973-878. I'm calling you back right now. Let's get it. Peace.
Yo.
Mute your audio.
Peace.
Mute your audio, fam.
All right, it's muted.
All right, hold on 1 second. Shouts to V Trill on the super chat. Wreck, you should hear a clip of Takeoff Spirit box session. I'm gonna have to check that out. Good looking, family. But my brother, state your name and where you calling from, good brother.
Yeah, this is Hef. I'm from Jersey. I want to say rest in peace to Hurricane G, Tame One, Takeoff.
Facts.
You know, Duke the Jeweler.
Yes, sir.
You know, it's a lot of people as of recently. You know, and then before that passed away. I got a spooky story. It's real spooky. Like
let's get to it. Let's get to it, good brother.
Cap.
Okay.
All right. No. All right. This happened.
What's your name again? What's your name again, family?
Hef.
You said Hef?
Hef, like H-E. Yeah,
okay.
H-E-F.
Got you, Hef. All right, Hef. Let's get it, Hef.
Right. So in 2010, I went down to North Carolina to do some recording.
Okay.
Right. So I'm down there in the summer all the way to like December. Now, 2010, they had like a a lunar eclipse or solar eclipse on the 21st.
Got you.
The 20th, the night before on the 20th, I got into this argument, with somebody I was doing music with down there because, I felt like he was trying to sabotage things because I wouldn't give him a certain percentage of what was going on as far as the company goes. And we haven't had a real talk about that. So I wasn't even in gear to be doing that at that point anyway. But he was sabotaging things. Long story short, I got to the point where I almost wanted to put my hands on him. And I'm like, nah, I'm down here in North Carolina, man. I can't go to jail down here. I'm from up top. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm down there like, it's like redneck country. I was in Gastonia.
Oh, wow.
So I go out on the porch. Now, I used to go to camp as a kid. So I knew like, what stars was what, Big Dipper, Little Dipper, all of that. And, down south, it's real clear. You see everything. And all of a sudden, I just started noticing like there was this setup of stars that just didn't look familiar, and they was two lined up. It was like you know how like in kindergarten they would make you trace the letters, like the capital letters, because they're trying to get you to learn how to like write your letters. Well, it was like for like a capital M, it was like a chevron shape. For like each point, it was a star there, and I was like, but it was a little slanted, so whatever was sitting up there, it was on an angle. And I'm just looking at it like, nah, that's not, nah. You know, it's just too, it was just too perfectly lined up. So I'm sitting there, now this 2010, mind you, this 2010, I had a BlackBerry, you know, the BlackBerry with the ball in the middle. And
I had one of those, yes, sir.
Right. So I couldn't get a good picture because, you know, it was just, they just wasn't ready for that kind of like, you know.
Yeah, the technology was still early. Mm-hmm.
Right, right. So as I'm watching this, I started to see this light moving. So I thought it was like maybe a plane, and it was like off to the left of what I was looking at. And I'm just looking at it, and I'm like, I don't hear nothing though. You know, and it was like 8 something, almost 9 o'clock at night. Like it was like almost 9, like going into 9 o'clock. So I'm just like, all right, well, where's that other light? Because you know, when it's a plane, it'd be like a white light and a red light and a blue light. You know what I'm saying? Or some, but it'd be a color light somewhere. I didn't see no other lights blinking. It was just one white light just moving. And I'm just like, yo, what the hell is that? You know, I'm just like, yo, nah. I'm like, nah. That ain't that. That ain't that. So I called a friend of mine. And I said to her, I said, yo, I'm out here and I see something moving. And I think it's like one of them UFO things. And the crazy part is, when I reached down to get my phone, I looked away from the sky when I called. So I'm looking back up and I'm like, I don't see this thing. Like when I looked away, it was gone. So I'm just like, all right. And I wasn't smoking. I wasn't drinking. You know, I was sober that night because I was just pissed off at this dude.
Mm-hmm.
So I goes in the house, and for this moment, I'm not mad at him. He used to be in the military. And I remember him telling me that they saw things in the military. You know, I don't even know how we even got in that conversation. Like when I was over there, when I was down there in North Carolina, we spoke about that for some reason before. So for a second, me and him had this brief moment where we just was like, cool. He said, "No, I believe you saw it. I believe you saw it." So I went back out on the porch like a minute later because I was on this like, nah, I know what I saw and it's not there. When I go back outside on the porch, I'm out there for like a good 30 seconds, almost a minute. I seen something move from the left corner of my eye, and it looked like it was coming back from wherever it went, like as if it just cloaked out, went to the left, wherever it was going, then it was on its way back. Now I'm watching this, and I'm like, yo, is that same object? I'm like, yo, it's still a white light, a little white light moving across the sky slowly. So I'm watching it, and I'm like, yo, I'm like, nah, bro, this ain't happening. This is not happening. And as I watched it, and as I'm zeroing in on it, it seemed like it started to slow down to a stop. And I'm like, nah, that ain't no plane. Planes don't do that. And if it was a helicopter, I'd have heard it. And then when it started moving again, it was like this diagonal kind of thing. And it almost seemed like it noticed I was looking at it. Like I just had that eerie feeling. And it started moving towards that same setup of lights that looked like a capital letter M if you would have like connected them. And when it got in between would have been the left leg, it disappeared right in between them two lights. That would have been the left leg of the capital letter M if you connected it. I said, nah, that's something up there. I said, it's something up there. And it just bored it. Like it whatever it is, when it got there, it disappeared. And another one did the same thing like a good 20, 30 seconds later. And it was on the same, like some kind of like highway shit. Like it was on the same trajectory. So I'm like, nah. So this is when I started feeling a little funny for real. And no BS, yo, because I know you can't curse on here, but over the tree line, like clouds, like it was like fog started coming over the tree lines from the left to the right. It was, and I'm watching it looking like, nah, yo, fog don't. I said, yo, I got to get from down here. And I started backing up towards the door because, you know, like I watch movies where you see fog and people disappear. Something weird happens. I started backpedaling towards the door. I wouldn't even turn around because I was making sure that I was seeing what I was seeing. I'm like, yo, if I was high or something like that, I probably just would have never talked about it because I would have been like, man, I'm tripping because I'm smoked out, like, or something like that. But I was not lit at all. And I'm just like, yo, I don't know what they got going on down here, but something ain't right. and it was covering the sky. And earlier the clouds were coming from right to left. This was coming from left to right. And I went in the house, and I ain't even gonna hold you. When I went in the house and I closed the door, because I had back pedaled to the door while I was watching it, and I put my hand behind my back. I reached for the doorknob without even turning around. Once I felt the doorknob, I turned it, went in the house, closed the door. When I went in and closed the door, I laid in the bed, and I got underneath the covers. I said, yo, if this is a bad dream, I'm out of here tomorrow anyway before I beat this dude up. You know what I'm saying? I'm out of here. And like, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, ever since then, I've been seeing these lights. I got pictures. It's like they follow me up here, something. I was on the porch. I got photos. I could send you.
Yeah, send those in.
I could send you photos. And this thing, like, whatever it is, they trying to communicate. I don't know what they want to communicate about, but something weird happened. And I'm telling you, ever since then, something been weird going on with me too. Like I've been like kind of paying attention to these shows where they talk about what stuff happened to people and how it changed their life, or if it enhanced something. And it definitely did something. Something did change. Something did change ever since that. And I believe the reason why the government or whatever, the reason why the government is on that thing that they're on, because they know something, they're not telling it. They don't want to tell it because the lies that they've been telling, it will unravel a whole level of other things. You get what I'm saying? Like it might mess up the whole paradigm of how people been living as far as religion and everything else. It'll mess everything up, and people start. People can't handle stuff that'll like mess their head up. Some people been like
they've been conditioned.
Right, they could. Right, like they get to this religion thing where they feel like this saved their life, not knowing that their positive thinking saved their life. It was their positive views, their positive emotions that was kicking in, and they just somebody played this game. Because ever since then I've been doing a lot of research. I ain't even gonna lie about that either. And every time I uncover something, it gets crazy and crazy. I'm like, yo, so they think we won't read. They think we won't read. They think we won't do no research. They think that we're going to stay on drugs and our minds will be foggy and we'll just freak out or just behave according to whatever they want us to tell us. Like, it's really a plan set in. And I believe that if people just change the way how they feel about certain things, they'll be able to handle the truth if the truth comes out. Because that right there, I wish I could tell you that I was a person who be doing all kinds of drugs and stuff, so we can really sit here and laugh and joke about it. But I can't laugh and joke with you about something that's real. And they keep up with you. It's something about, I don't know if it's particular people on this planet or just situations, but they will keep up with you. They will show up. They will pop up. You'll look up one day, you'll be like, what is that? And it'll be just sitting there like, hey, so how you doing? Like, it's there. It's there. Like, it's real. And I know y'all talk about a lot of different things. So I know people ain't unfamiliar with,
they in the chat room agreeing with you. In the chat room agreeing with you.
Yeah, it's real. Like, I would do an interview with whoever and tell them this story. I mean, I think I did. Matter of fact, I did one on Third Phase of the Moon. I told them about it, but I was unsure, and I still told them that day. I said, look, I don't know what it is. I said, but they are particular. They're particular. I said, I'm waiting for somebody to talk about fog coming over the tree line, because the trees, the houses where I was at in Gastonia, they only went up to like maybe 2-story. It wasn't no 3-story houses where I was at. So like the trees, if it came over the tree line, that was kind of low. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I was on like one of the Universal, movie sets or something. Like, I wish I could say that, but that was the only thing that messed my head up was the fog. I was like, if y'all didn't want me to see what I saw, you should have turned the lights out then. You should have been floating around with the lights on. Don't hit me with no fog now and then try to have me, bugging out. 'Cause I was bugging out. I ain't gonna hold you on that. I was bugging out for a few months after that. I just couldn't understand what was going on. It just wouldn't register. And I felt like I didn't know if it was my anger, because I'm gonna tell you this one thing too. I got angry one time online playing the game. A friend of mine from New York, me and her was in the lobby together. She pissed me off. She from the Bronx. She had pissed me off. She kept saying some shit. And like I felt my anger building. And when it got to a certain point, and I said, shut the fuck. Like as soon as I got to the F part, all the lights in the house went out. I thought we just had a blackout like in our house, but guess what? It was the whole block. It was my block going all the way back about 15 blocks, and it was in between the avenues that I lived on. Wow. It didn't go outside of that. The blackout went all the way back about 10, 15 blocks. And then PSC&G couldn't even tell us what was the purpose and reason. And guess what? I had said to myself, if y'all out here, let me know. And when the lights, right before the lights came on, I saw one of these little lights heading south. And about maybe a half an hour later, the lights came on. Like PSC&G said they fixed it or whatever. But it's something ain't right, yo. And I think that, like, somebody said that we're X-Men or some crazy stuff like that. Man, I ain't gonna say it's crazy. But they said that we have abilities. And I believe that our abilities are there until they start giving us medication. I believe it's the meds. I believe that the medical field is a part of cutting off whatever we have that's an ability. And then they create words to make us think whatever we feel is something psychologically wrong with us. Like people who think they hear voices. I think they can hear people's thoughts. They just don't know they can tune in like that. So they go crazy because they create this medical field. Because you know, those what's them therapists called that be listening to you? They commit suicide they commit more suicide than anybody because
talking about
they
a psychologist?
Psychologists, that's right. They commit more suicides than anybody on this earth.
I didn't know that. I gotta look that up. That's crazy.
Look into that because they know something. You know, it's client that client privilege thing. You know, so they can't really tell you, you know, whatever it is. But I believe that everybody has a gift, and you should be careful about, you know, running to the, you know, doctors and trying to tell them something, because they'll give you a medication that'll have you, you know, drooling at the mouth, cutting off all senses. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Like, how you think these kids get autism? I had my Facebook shut down in 2014 because I found out something about that, and I posted it. That was the first time I ever seen somebody, like, I ain't never knew they could, like, shut you down, like shut your whole, you know, shut your whole page down. This was 2014. They shut me down and was like, "What's your real name? Give us, show an IDs, an envelope, or a credit card, a debit card." Look, I went and got NetSpend. NetSpend, you can get them whatever name and then send it to you. That's what I showed them. They opened my Facebook back up. I wasn't giving them my government. And it was a protein called nagalase. They introduced it to the body when you were a child. And that's how you get autism. And I believe the kids that end up like that, they must be very in tune with whatever power that they got, and they cut it off when they introduce them to these drugs. Wow. They like, nah, this is too much. You're too much of whatever you supposed to be. And they introduce this protein. Now it's called the protein, but it's bad for you. And it's called nagalase. And the doctor who found out about it was Dr. Jeff Bradstreet. I remember his name. And he so-called committed suicide. They say he committed suicide with a shotgun. And it was a long barrel. I said, ain't no way he shot himself in the chest with a long barrel. With, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no way. So there's people who know something or who be on to something, and they started killing off, like, the herbalist too that was friends with him, because he had a private practice that he left hospitals because, you know, you get sued if you do certain things. He got a private practice. He had over 10 other doctors say that they approve of what he found, because, you know, like, before you can like put something out there, your what they call those people, your peers have to agree with you. He had over 100 other doctors agree with what he found from here and out of the country. So he wasn't telling no lies. Everybody else was agreeing with him, but they ain't want that to get out. Shit, my page got shut down. I ain't mess with Facebook like that no more. I was done with Facebook. I said, oh, so y'all know this is true then. So what is y'all out here doing? So y'all out here making sure that people don't find out stuff because you scared that they gonna know that you've been playing games with people's minds, introducing drugs to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that it's witchcraft. Because, you know, a pharmacy, the real name for pharmacy is pharmakia. That means potions, pills, sorcery, and witchcraft. So they actually they play games with English. English is full of spells. That's why all of this is, that's why this is messed up. Because people don't know when they want to say something cool and it actually is something messed up, they try to make it reverse. You know, like, you know how like people say something funny and the other person be like, I'm dead or something like that. Like, you can't say stuff like that with the English language. It's a spell you're putting on yourself and you don't know it.
Correct.
That's why the rap game is the way it is too, because we like to play with words. We play with words. They turn it into a song. They change the frequency on the radio. You don't know the frequencies that deals with your body. Next thing you know, you chanting it, so-called singing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they mess with this whole language is a whole nother animal. It's a whole nother animal. And because we want to be so because we want to entertain and be fun and have fun and talk and laugh and stuff. And if we don't understand this language, that it's a spell, it's a language of spells, we want to make money. We write these songs. They'll be like, yeah, they don't know no better. They'll record it. Like, and I'm going to just jump from this to Kyrie Irving. I feel bad for him because I just found out that there was something called Sephardic Jews that came to this country. I just came across this information, and I think that's what they was afraid that will get found out about Sephardic Jews. Sephardic Jews have their own legacy that people don't know about. They came over here with the Europeans, and they were also Europeans themselves, and they were people of color. So when they came to this country didn't have Jews in it. They were just indigenous people, curly hair, dark brown, brown skin, somewhat light too. But they weren't Jews. The Jews were coming with the Europeans. They were called Sephardic Jews. Obama ain't the first black president.
Correct.
You know, like, there's so many lies and stuff. Like, racism was created. Racism was created when this country was stepped on by outsiders. That's when they created racism. Because you know how you could tell too? Find Muhammad Ali. Find one of Muhammad Ali's. He did this show with this guy, and he was talking about when he tried to go to get something to eat from this diner in Kentucky. And he was like, when he went to this diner, they told him they wasn't going to serve him, you know, that whole so-called racism thing. But guess what? He saw two Africans go in there with their garbs and all of that stuff. And he said they were so black, they was blue black. And the guy said, oh, they could come in. They're African. He's a Negro. He can't come in. So guess what? They played with history on that too. So there's a difference between a Negro and an African. They're not the same. And they don't think you're going to do any research. They think you're not going to look. They think you're not going to find out. And sometimes, you know what? Sometimes everybody that's skin folk ain't kinfolk. I'm sorry.
I be trying to tell people.
Everybody that's skin folk ain't kinfolk. You know what I'm saying? It's not just white people that do bullshit. It ain't just them. It's anybody. Anybody can do bullshit. It's just what your spirit is. It doesn't matter what color your skin is. It's what's on the inside of you, not what's on the outside of you. If you messed up on the inside, that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel energy. Like I'm gonna put these shirts together. I'm gonna put this whole wave together off energy, and that's what people need to start getting into, understanding the energy of situations, and that's it. You shouldn't be worried about the person's skin color. You should be worried about the energy that they bring.
Correct.
Everybody remembers being in school. Everybody should remember being in school. You used to be in school in class. Somebody would come in, you wouldn't even look up. But something, the energy had changed in the classroom. So that made you look up because you was feeling energy. When you was kids, you was more in tune. But as you started, like, taking all of these, GMOs, and they pumping you full of medication, it started messing up the vibration and the frequency of you. And I believe it. I had a download. And I believe reptilians exist, like reptoids or whatever. I believe that's true too.
No doubt.
I believe that's true too. I don't think like just because it's TV, they try to desensitize you through TV. But I think they try to tell you a little bit of truth, but with a whole bunch of lies. Just to like give you, it's just like being in a bad relationship and somebody try to tell you can't go outside, it's dangerous. They don't want you to go outside because they outside feeling on somebody or somebody feeling on them. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a game being played. Like, you just your energy gotta get right. Like, I meditate. I don't medicate. I meditate. I don't get no headache medicine. And then when you start to get right, when you start to get right, you'll have this automatic knowing. You get what I'm saying? Your knowing to kick in. I don't know how it does it, but like when you start to like cut certain things off, like I ain't gonna say I went cold turkey on drinking, but like I drink here and there, but I don't like drink every day. I don't smoke weed no more. Like I used to smoke weed because it used to open up like my capabilities of being able to read into things like real quick. But when they give you those drugs, those psychedelic drugs, see, somebody had gave me a dirty blunt one time. It messed up that whole shit that I had. When I found out about meditation, it fixed it. It fixed it. So it's all about you kicking in and learning how to do I'm not saying you got to be Bruce Lee. I'm not saying you got to turn to Jet Li. I'm just saying like you got to get right internally and fix those levels of frequencies within you. You'll be able to figure out life. Even if you jaded right now, shit'll clear up. It'll clear up. You'll be all right. Trust and believe. I just wanted to say that. I ain't gonna hold up the line because I know people want to talk.
I appreciate that, good brother.
I'm gonna tell you this though. Like the only reason why I put the reptilian thing up at the end was because that's how I started finding out about what was going on as far as what's happening here. And I believe they do exist. Whether they underground, whether they got some technology to hide themselves and cloak themselves, to look like they're human. I do believe that story from, what's his name? Robert Morningsky. Y'all need to look into that dude, Robert Morningsky. He said something in his, he got a 3-hour thing. I think it should still be online. He talked about these beings that came here a long time ago. And he said, he brought up this thing where people die and they talk about they see this white light. He said, don't go into that white light. They're going to wipe your memory clean. Because they took over somebody else's stuff and then they re-rigged it and they called it m.reck, MK. And guess what I started to figure out? I heard MK Ultra. I said, yo, we work with them. Oh, so we work with these dudes. Because that shit that he was saying was in the 80s. That video, because he had one of them poofy hair styles, and he's a Native American, and he had one of those like Facts of Life hairstyles or something like that, looking crazy. Yeah, he was looking like one of them people from back in the 80s with the bell bottoms and all of that. Like that's how far back that video was. So like as he was breaking it down, I was taking notes because I said, yo, she's telling the truth. Because how you can tell somebody telling the truth? When they tell you to look into it for yourself. Because, when people lying, they don't want you to look into it. Because you'll find the truth. A person who tell you to look into it and be like, take your time, look into it. Just look into it. I ain't going to give you no where to look at. Take your time and look into it for yourself.
Yeah,
and tell me if you find what I find. Do your own research. I said, yo, we in trouble. If we don't get it together, because we got to stop killing each other. First of all, we got to stop killing each other.
Facts.
We have to stop killing each other. I don't care about no chick. If you chilling, you want because this chick like you, or you want all the chicks, man. Like a lot of these chicks ain't no good. Why you want to kill somebody over a chick that ain't no good anyway?
Mm-hmm.
She gonna give you the booty. She gonna give him the booty. That person the booty. She's for everybody. This is a
She's
share
for the
program.
streets.
That's a party pack.
She's
she
for
got
the
party
streets.
Pack. PUSSY. It's party pack. It's a party. You supposed to say, you know what? She's a party. She's a party. Let me relax. Let me not get mad. I want her to be my personal
Let
party.
me not get my feelings.
Everybody.
You know what I mean? Let me not get my feelings. You know what I mean?
Yes, get out your feelings. Grow up.
She for the
get
streets.
Out of your feelings. Get out of your feelings. Get your NUT and go home.
Get your rocks on.
Go home. Go home and go lay down. Like if you want a
go
good
lay
girl,
down.
stay away from. Go home and lay down. You want to because we got to stop that. We got to stop that because you know what? The smart people, they want you to kill the smart people within your group. They want you to kill the soldiers and the smart people.
Yeah, that's a fact.
They want you to kill the soldiers and the smart people because they know you ain't got no sense. Because either you on something or they gave you something to mess your mind up. And it's up to us to keep track of those whose minds is messed up. We need to keep track of them like they're rapists. We need to keep track of them.
Facts, King. But I ain't gonna hold you.
Stop playing.
I'm gonna get to these other callers though. But I appreciate you, good brother.
Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead, bro.
All right, salute, man. Great call, man. I got you locked in too. Peace.
All right.
Shouts to Hef. I ain't gonna hold you. You know, he dropped some good information, but Hef a little long-winded. You know what I mean? Shouts to Hef though. You know what I mean? He dropped some great information though. Yeah, I got him locked in, King. I got him locked in. I don't know his IG handle. Yo, text me your IG handle so I can send it to the people that want to know. Text me your Instagram handle or Facebook or social media handle so you know, I could put that out there to the people. Yeah, he went off. Nigga said, bro, just dropped the EP just now. That nigga dropped that documentary. Shouts to Hef though. Now he up on game. That's a fact. Now I got him locked in. I'm definitely gonna tap in with him. Let me get back to Lala. Yeah, Lala. Peace.
Hey.
Lala.
What's up?
What's up? You ain't go to sleep on me, right?
No, I'm still listening.
Okay. What's happening? I heard you got a UFO story.
Yeah, yo, dude, what's his name?
Hef, yeah.
The story he was telling was so similar to what I experienced.
Wow.
Yeah, the UFO part of it. Oh my God. I said I have to call in. Well, I sent you a text, but I said I got to tell this story.
I saw the text. That's why I called.
Listen, I didn't even want to tell this story because it's so crazy.
Let's get into it. So, hold on one second. Pound that like button, y'all. Let's get to it. We got Lala on the phone.
Okay, so this happened. It was 20 years ago, over 20 years ago. I was maybe 21 or 22. So at this time, I had moved into this apartment complex. Now, this apartment complex was it was a project. My kids was really young. And I remember when I moved out there, I didn't even want to stay there. I had never lived in that kind of environment but I had to have a home for my kids. So I remember one of my sisters, I have 4 sisters, and we're all a year apart.
Oh, wow.
And I'm right in the middle. So this is the sister that's right under me. She's a year younger than me. So she ended up getting an apartment out there. So we lived in different buildings, but we were like right around the corner from each other. And because we were so close, she would always come to my apartment in the evening or the afternoon because I would always cook. I love cooking. So she would bring her kids up there and I would cook, feed all the kids, and, and after everyone ate, my sister and I, now we would eat around 6:30, and then the kids would be, chilling or whatever. And me and my sister, maybe around 8, like right around the time it got dark, we would go and sit outside on the porch while the kids would be inside watching TV or whatever. We did this religiously every night. Rick, this particular night, we made dinner. I made dinner because I was always the one cooking. Made dinner, fed the kids, and the kids was really tired this night in particular. So I went ahead and took them their bath and put my kids in the bed. Now her kids was on the couch and they fell asleep. I don't know why the kids were so tired early, but whatever. Her and I went on the front porch like we always do, and we would sit out there and talk. And we were out there just talking, and we wouldn't be out there no more than an hour. So we went out there maybe around 8 o'clock, 8:30 in the evening, and we would just sit out there and talk. And then eventually she would take her kids back home, which was right around the corner, the next building over, basically. But we were sitting on the porch, and we saw this light in the sky. Now, take in mind where we lived, it was right in, what do you call it? The airway. There was a private airport that was right there. So we would see planes flying all the time because we were right near a private airport where they flew the little private planes, not the big airport, but the small airport. So when I seen the lights, I was like, what is that? It was red, blue, and white lights, and they were going around in a circle. So we're sitting there staring like, what is that? And my sister said, it's an airplane. I said, that is not an airplane. Airplanes don't move like that. Like it was zigzagging. And then she said, well, it's probably a helicopter. I said, helicopters don't move that fast. And then you would hear it. So it was all the way up in the sky, and it kept getting closer and closer and closer. This thing was right above the building we stayed in. The buildings were townhouses, so they were just 2 stories. This thing was hovering right over the buildings. That's how close it got to us. So we're sitting on the chairs on the front porch, and then we both stood up, and I kind of looked at her like, we're about to get abducted. Like, what's going to happen? I didn't know what was going to happen. So it hovered above us, and the closer it got to us, the brighter the lights got. And the lights were just going around this thing, this disc-shaped item. It was just going around. And we're just sitting there like, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Like, we can't stop it. The next thing you know, this huge bright light shined in our face. It was almost like if somebody took a picture of you with the flash on. That's what it looked like. So it was a big flash of light, and then the light went away, and then it sat there for like a second, and then it flew off.
Wow.
I said, what? I said, what? I'm looking at my sister. I said, did you see that? She said, yeah. I thought I was the only one. I thought I was going crazy. I said, no, I saw that. You saw that. And we described what happened. So I'm thinking, we're good. Maybe it just looked at us and said, we're not going to take them. I don't know. But so she left. She left. She went in the house. She got her kids. When I went in the house, taking mine, we went outside. It was like 8:30. When I went in the house, it was 11:30. And
wow.
to this day, I have no account of that time. To this day. And taking mine.
So
not
you
only
lost
that,
like 3 hours.
I lost like 3 hours. And I have no memory of anything that happened. But when I asked my sister about that, when I tried to talk to her about it afterwards, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. I'm like, why? Like, me and you both experienced this. Taking mine, this particular sister has not been the same since that happened. And that was 20-something years ago. She has not been the same.
So when you say she hasn't been the same, explain.
She has not been the same. Now, I told you, she would always come to my apartment every evening to have dinner. This was every evening. It was a ritual. The next day, she didn't come. So I didn't think much about it because I'm like, well, less people to feed. I really didn't think much about it. But before I put the kids to bed, I said, well, let me go down here and check on my sister. So I went to her. I took my kids. We all went to her apartment, knocked on the door. Her kids opened the door for me. I said, why are y'all opening the door? Where's your mom? Oh, she's upstairs in the bed. What?
Damn.
So I go upstairs. I said, what are you doing? I said, the kids let me in. Why are you in the bed? Oh, I just don't feel good. And she was not the same. After that, she literally worked and slept these past 20-some years. And I have another story about her in her apartments that I would tell, I don't know, maybe tonight, maybe another time, but she has not been the same since that night. All she do is work and sleep. That's it. That's it.
Wow.
Work and sleep.
Now, let me ask you this. That 3 hours that I guess you and your sister lost, you think you was you think y'all was abducted?
When I look back and think about it, I'm thinking, it sounds crazy. I'm thinking maybe we were, and my memory was wiped and hers wasn't. That's what I'm thinking, because I don't remember anything. I just know I walked in that door and I looked at my clock and it was 11:30. I said, there's no way it's 11:30. There's no way. I was not out there that long. There's no way it's 11:30. But for her not to want to talk about it, like you had to remember something. Like something happened and you remember it and you don't want to talk about it. Like the experience that I told you, it was scary, but it was really nothing. Like they pulled up, they flashed a light and they left. Why wouldn't you want to just talk about that? So I think she remembers, or even maybe they took her and they didn't take me. You see what I'm saying? So
Gotcha.
So when the guy Health was talking about these things, after that experience, I was like 21, 22. When I tell you, I see these things every now and again, and it's like they're following me, but I don't feel threatened. It's like they're almost watching over me. So I remember maybe 10 or 15 years after that, I moved away from my family, maybe like 30 minutes away from my family, really in the country. And I remember every night after dinner, I would go for a walk around the neighborhood, just to burn calories. I did this every evening. And every evening, I would see the same type thing. And it would just follow me around the neighborhood. It would just follow me. So I remember telling my sons, I said, I think it's like this UFO type thing, and it just follow me around the neighborhood when I go for a walk. So my oldest son one night went with me, and we're walking and we're just talking, and it showed up. I said, there it goes. He said, Mom, that's a plane. I said, that is not a plane. I said, watch. I said, where we go, it's going to follow us. And we walk around. It's like a circular, walking around one block all the way around, and it literally followed us. He said, it's following us. What is that? I said, I don't know what it is, but it's almost like it's protecting me or looking out for me. That's the feeling that I get from this thing that follows me around sometimes. Not all the times, but sometimes I can look up and I would see it. And it's like it's watching me, it's following me, and it's protecting me. That God, when that God was talking, I mean, I was just like, I have experienced that. And to this day, I still experience that. One day I'm sitting on my porch, and I'm living in a whole nother city. I'm sitting on the porch with my oldest sister, and we're just sitting there, just whatever, clowning around. And we seen this light. It was coming straight for us. So my sister pulled her phone out and started recording it. And I'm going to have to get in touch with her and see if she still had it recorded. I already knew what it was. It was the same thing. And it came so close to us, we can almost touch it. And then it took off. She was like, did you see that? I said, yeah, I seen that. But I had already told her about the story that happened with me and my other sister. She recorded the whole thing. She got it. She got the whole recording. Because as soon as it started coming close, she pulled the phone out and started recording it. And it was a white light. And it came so close to us. And when it got really close to where we can almost reach out and touch it, it took off.
Wow.
Yeah, I've had some crazy stories.
That was deep.
Yeah.
That was deep. I appreciate you calling, Lala. You always got a great story, and that was definitely, definitely spooky.
Yeah. That was kind of like out of this world.
Nah, definitely. Nah, people definitely relate to it. They digging it.
Yeah.
And I'ma take one more caller because they try to call, but I appreciate you calling. And you always come with a good story. So I appreciate that.
All right. Anytime.
All right, Lala. You have a good night.
All right. You too.
Peace. Shouts to Lala. Always got a great story. Always come through in the clutch too. Somebody said Vegas Brown said I'm scared. Oh man. Shouts to Vegas Brown. 786-344. I'm calling right now. Have your audio muted. Let's get it. Peace.
Rick, I'll to you.
Hello?
Am I clear to you?
Yeah, you good. You good, brother.
Good, man. 'Cause I called a couple weeks ago, man. I was terrible, man.
Okay, you heard it back? You listened back to it?
Oh yeah, I listened. I was terrible, man. A couple weeks ago, man. I was terrible, man. First things first, man. Pardon my ignorance, but what method do you prefer for donations? Cash App, YouTube? Which do you prefer? What works best for you?
Cash App is cool. Cash App.
All right.
You know.
All right. I'm not gonna curse.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna Cash App you like I did curse. I'm gonna look out for you. I just
that's love, good brother. You know what I mean?
Listen
but first, hold on. First and foremost, state your name and where you calling from.
Oh yeah. My name Will. I'm calling from Miami, Carol City to be exact.
Shouts to Will from Miami. All right, let's get it, good brother.
Yeah, let's get it, man. About this had to be like 97, 98ish. I had a car. You know, it wasn't the best. A little hoopty broke down every now and then. Anyway, I'm going to the drop some mail off at the post office one day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, me and my friend, I got my homeboy with me. You know, we ride. It ain't about 5 minutes from my house. Okay, drop the mail off. I'm on my way back home. My car break down. No problem. Okay, I'm out there trying to start my car. You know, under the hood looking. My little fake homeboy, he leaves me. He ain't even say, hey, let me help you push him to the side or nothing. No sweat. I ain't even sweating about it. He leaves me. I'm still out there dealing with my car. I say about 30 seconds later, this fine, beautiful woman turns the corner. One of the most beautiful women I ever seen, Rick. I stopped what I was doing to try and holler at this woman who was across the street at the time, right? The woman replies to me, not with no reply about, me trying to holler at her, hey, what's good or nothing like that. She asking me about my car. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like, yeah, it's broke down, but I get it right. But what's up with you? She's like, nah, what's up with your car? Like, you need some help? Or I'm like, well, shoot, if you gonna help me, like, what can you help me with? She was like, well, just get behind the wheel. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna push it. I'm like, what you mean you gonna push it? I'm like, nah, you get behind the wheel, let me push it. You know what I mean? She's like, nah, I got you.
Wow.
Mreck, listen, this woman went behind the car, put her hands on the back of my car like she was about to push it, and she said, try it now. Mreck, I swear to you, I turned my key, the car clumped right up, right?
Wow.
I'm like, oh, shoot. Now, all I'm thinking of is, man, let me hurry and get this car home before it break down again. Mreck, I put the car in drive, I pulled off. About maybe 10 seconds later, I look in my rearview mirror to see this girl who was walking up the street. She was gone, right? Nowhere to be found. Now, this street I'm on, there's no corners you can turn.
Hold that thought. Spooky! Now, continue on.
Mreck, it was nowhere to turn. This girl was walking north for about a half a mile. There were no turns on this street. Anybody who's from Miami that know 37th Avenue in Carroll City that might be listening, they'll be like, they know exactly what I mean. There was no turns this girl could have went. It wasn't even 10 seconds later, maybe, I turned around and looked for this woman. This woman was absolutely gone. I get to my block wreck. My car cuts off on me again, but it rolls right in my driveway. Never to crank up again. I ended up buying me a new car and everything. And for years, man, I always thought about this, but I never said nothing to nobody. I'm like, man, people gonna say, nah, that was just like some coincidence or nothing. But it always sat inside of me like, nah, that wasn't a coincidence. As soon as this woman touched my car, the car clumped right up, purred like a kitten, like it was brand new off the showroom floor, Reck. Got to the house, cut off on me again, man. I ain't gonna hold you, Reck.
Nah. That's a great story. I'm gonna end the show with that one, but I'm gonna definitely ask you some questions because I do remember you said she was gorgeous, right?
Yeah, she was beautiful, Reck. Absolutely beautiful. At the time, she was like the most beautiful woman I had ever seen. Like, I'm like, damn, where she came from? The women in my neighborhood, none of them looked like, I knew she wasn't from around there. You know what I mean? Straight up, man.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what it was, man. I just wanted to get it off my chest, and I've been holding that for
that's a
years.
Great story, man. I might have to turn that into an episode, a TV episode, man. That's a great story right there.
I just wanted to get that to you, man, so I can get it off of my chest. I've been thinking about that for years, man. Years, man. You know.
And what's your name again, fam? What's your name again?
My name Will, man. I'm calling from Miami. Will. Lock me in, man. I got a few more stories I'm gonna call back with next week, man.
Yeah,
I got
I'm locking
UFO
you in,
story.
Will.
I got you there.
I like that story. That was a good one, man. To end the show off with too, and it was short and sweet too.
Yeah,
you know
man.
What I mean?
Salute, man.
Salute.
I got you on guitar shop too, man.
I appreciate you, good brother. Thank you, man. All right.
Hey, Greg, I'm at work. I got to get off this phone, man. I just want to get that to you.
I no doubt. We go. I'm ending the show, good brother. Thank you.
Yo.
All right. Peace. I mean, I got a few more callers. Shouts to Will. What I need y'all to do, just in case this live do end, I need y'all to leave comments in the regular comment section. I mean, I need y'all to, matter of fact, I need the likes to go up. We got 540 people in the room and there's only 420 likes. So I need, hit the like button right now as we speak. Let's get the likes up. I'm going to take a few more callers. So, you know what I mean? Y'all welcome to donate to the super chat, Cash App, and all that. So I'm going to take a few more callers. I see I got some missed calls. Hit me up. Let me hit my man Stacks with the facts because he called too. Let's do that real quick because I know he gonna be quick. Shouts to Stacks with the facts.
This is Virgil Berry. You have reached my voicemail. I can't answer.
Yo, Stacks with the facts. I just called you, my G. All right, let me get Sean on the line. Pound that like button. Let's get the likes up, y'all. Come on, let's get it up over 500. Come on, man. Peace.
Peace, man.
What's going on, Sean?
Oh, yeah, what's going on with you, good bro?
Everything good. You cool, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I had a story similar like what the brother just got through talking about. Mine happened the other day, and it was the total opposite.
Let's get to it.
So, prior to that, me and a good brother of mine, we talking about affirmations and manifestations, right? And the desires of a person's heart. So, as we are ending the conversation, I was telling him, as far as the power of thought, the power of words, and the power of writing things down, right? As uh, asking or speaking things into existence. So the next day comes, and I go to the park to ground myself. I take my shoes off and connect with the earth, try to get my frequency back right. And I'm sitting at this table, and this woman walks up, right? And she's the total opposite of what the brother said, not to disrespect the woman, but she was ugly, man. She looked spooky. Eyes was as black as her hair and stuff, right? So I'm sitting at the table. She sits down. She starts pulling out all kind of stuff. She poured out some shrooms. She poured out some Mary Jane. She poured out some Tony Snow, right? So I'm sitting over here looking at this woman, and she see me looking at her, and she was like, "I'm an angel." And I was like, "An angel?" That's what sparked the conversation. So I'm like, "An angel, huh?" She was like, "Yeah, I've traveled all across the world helping people. And I'm here to offer you the desires of your heart." And I'm like, "Huh?" She was like, "Yes, what hand do you write with?" I was like, "The left." Something is telling me not to entertain this woman, and something is telling me to try the spirit by the spirit, right? So I say, I write with my right. She was like, Give it here." I was like, "No, I'm not gonna do that. That's I thank the Most High for the power of free will." She was like, "Free will has nothing to do with this. This is consensual." And I was like, "Consensual?" So I'm like, "No, this is not consensual, sweetheart. If you are an angel, I would like you to tell the Father that I do my diligence." She was like, "He knows, but it's only going to get worse. Nothing is going to get better out here. It's going to get worse. But if you do not want the riches and whatever I'm talking about, every desire in me came to my throat. I want to touch this woman's hand so bad, but I'm like, nah, something ain't right, because I know my Father. I know the Creator, because I'm a part of the Creator. Feel me? And what that person had, that frequency, that energy was not matching mine. We was not kindred in no way, shape, form, or fashion, bro. That was Lucy. The enemy know your weaknesses. The enemy know your thoughts. That's why they say the mind is the devil's playground. The enemy can know how you feel. And well, man, that's just like the enemy presenting the whole world to the Messiah. If you get down on your knee and say this, all of this shall be given to you. Like, that's the desires of his heart and his wishes and whatever else. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's more than a coincidence that I was just talking to this brother the day before, man. I don't believe in coincidences, m.reck. So that brother said that woman came and touched his car and possibly could have been an angel. The one I met was the opposite. That wasn't no angel.
Wow. That's definitely spooky. I appreciate you tapping in, Sean.
Most definitely, bro.
Another good story, man. You have a great night, man. So we're going to end the show on that one.
Hey, before I go, m.reck, let me say something about the Takeoff, right?
Let's get it.
May his light shine for eternity, I say. But look, have you seen the messy video to him and Quavo drop?
Yeah.
Did you notice Takeoff standing next to the Grim Reaper in the video?
Correct.
You also notice Takeoff on the bed with the gun, like he's writing something. What was he writing? Why was the gun on the bed? And remember this, in every video from Dolph's to Eminem's, when Proof got killed, all of that is symbolism. So they can try to say it was Jay Prince or whatever, whoever they trying to say point a finger at, bro. Symbolism is in everything, and symbolism took place before he took that trip to Houston, bro. You get what I'm saying? Symbolism was in the video. All right.
I got you, good brother. I appreciate you.
I say.
All right, my brother. Salute.
Peace.
Man, I appreciate y'all tapping in. Pound that like button. Once again, rest in peace, Hurricane G. Rest in peace, Tame One from the Artifacts. Rest in peace, Takeoff. Duke the Jeweler, everybody. All the legends. Biggie, Tupac, Freaky Ty, Big L, Big Pun, DMX, Black Rob. Man, there's so many. Shock G. Man, so many. Bismarck. Yeah, I'm gonna end the show, y'all, because I'm tired as hell, man. So you're more than welcome to call next week. Make sure you leave comments in the comment section when it's rebroadcast in like 1 minute. And I appreciate y'all, man. And that TV series, that Spooky Hours TV television show coming real soon. Tap into the patreon.com/mrecktv as well as the mrecktv.tv and watch all the content on this channel, this YouTube channel, m.reck TV. But I'm going to need y'all to leave them comments right now. All 539 people and all the 10Ks and 20K people that's going to watch this. All right, I need to leave those comments right now. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a great night. Thank y'all. Salute to the Wreck, Mars. Salute to SJ and my whole team. I'm off this. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. I'm out of here. Double deuces and bubble gooses. I'm gone.